Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of The Passion of the Digital Artist. And here he is, that tradigital artist himself, Jeff Mueller. A little bit muted introduction tonight for something different.
That's not
tradigital artist. That reminds me of, what is it, Hermes Trismegistes or something like that? Thrice Great Hermes, the Hermetic culture, you know, literature.
You mean you're talking about?
I'm talking about History Channel stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, this tradigital made me think of that.
Ah.
So Jeff, back from New York.
Yes. It was a exciting time. Moved my daughter to Brooklyn, and she is going to be going to NYU. Shout out to Cassie.
Hey, Cassie.
Yeah. And we had a fabulous time. I went there. I kind of. I'm always, when I go to, I'll take any chance or any opportunity to go to New York City. I mean, that is just one of the more phenomenal places that you cannot ever see enough. So I was able to get to the top of the Empire State Building at night. We were there about 10:30 to 11:30 at night. Freaking amazing.
Yeah, I saw your pics you posted. Those
some
were great.
Really nice shots that I think a couple are going to be a painting series. So that should go fairly quick. And then we went to this amazing. She lives on the street that she lives on in Brooklyn has a bunch of bars and restaurants and whatnot. We went to a place that served brisket, which was phenomenal. I believe it was called Brisket Town. And then
brisket's one of those things. It's kind of like a parachute. You know, it either opens or it doesn't.
It was just like, oh my God, it was just unbelievable. And then we went and I searched on my iPad when I was there. She has Wi-Fi in her apartment. So then we searched and we found this absinthe bar. And oh my God, it was just down the block. I searched absinthe bar in New York City. It was the #1 absinthe bar. Maison Premier.
Wow.
It was, I searched it, and it turns out it's like 4 blocks away from her apartment, and it was like, wow, let's go check that out. Now my daughter is not, she was tired, but still, it was impressive. We went there for dessert, and they had cheesecake.
I can see having absinthe for dessert.
Well, for me, it was I had 2 glasses of absinthe that I probably never would have had if I hadn't gone there. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet it was pretty cool. So we want to pick up where we left off last time. You had some more to add about the whole sharing thing, which I thought was a pretty good dialogue.
Well, yeah, it really just comes down to that the networking that everybody's doing. The more open and the more you are with sharing, the better off. It's just a new way of doing business. So you gotta keep going and being friendly and sharing the information. There was Tammy who had asked me some questions about marketing this past week in an email. I had no problem offering up what I've learned. There's sometimes people will ask me and I don't know enough about it, so I kind of work it out with them and we kind of explore the topic or what they were asking the question about together, kind of find the answers out. And helping people, if it keeps going the way it is, that's the way to go, because when everybody's helping everybody, that breeds creativity and prosperity. The less amount of negativity that's involved, the better. So, and that's kind of where I see the kids of today going almost full out. How they interact with all their devices. They're all sharing and finding stuff out and setting up video blogs themselves, and then they find out information and products they like, and they're all kind of working together, opposed to how business is done, where you develop a niche and then you just kind of keep it all. They're just very open, and I think the openness is going to be the difference in that particular generation.
The sum of the total exceeds the sum of the individual parts.
And for instance, sharing. I gave away this week.
Oh yes, the print.
Yes, the 8x10 metal print of Cleveland Rocks USA. I'm going to sign it.
Who was the lucky winner?
Fran Lane.
Congratulations, Fran.
I met him on Twitter. The two things that I had were either follow me, if you weren't a follower, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Follow my Computer Art Market Facebook page, or if you knew me, leave a comment on my website. I had a good amount of comments this week as far as the website goes, and it wasn't an overwhelming amount of people, but Fran, you picked up this wonderful print. He gave me his address today, and I'll be sending it off this week sometime. I'll sign it and send it off.
It's gonna be a
and there you
signed
go.
print.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah, definitely. That's what it's about, and so I wanted to give this out and look in the future for more giveaways, because I've got a couple more planned.
That's pretty awesome. You also have some news that wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear about something you were getting involved with or trying to get involved with. Tell us about that.
Yeah, artists have to go through. For instance, the Stark County Artist Show, which is a small show in our area, but the artists in the area it's a juried show, and it's at the Massillon Art Museum in Massillon, Ohio, and they do this Stark County Artist Show yearly. The first year I entered in a couple pieces and did not get in. Last year I got in Bright Lights Big City. That was entered in the show, and this year I entered 3 pieces and I didn't get in. And for me, when I understand there's different jurors and different people, and art is something different to everybody, and it depends on what they're looking at, what they're trying to portray in the show. Now for me, I use it as complete driving fuel, similar to how a football player might use newspaper clippings when a team talks poorly about him. It drives me. It makes me want to do and create more artwork going forward, and it doesn't matter what they think. I'm just going to create the artwork, and then down the line I want to become well known, that instead of a group show that I don't get juried into, that they might someday give me a solo show. It just drives me more, and that's how I take artistic criticism or rejection. I love people who critique, because I don't think I'm the best artist. I want to hear constructive criticism of what people, and then I take that into my soul and I absorb it, and then the next piece, it might ring in my ear.
If you think you're the best artist, then you've plateaued. You've got nowhere to go.
Oh, and there's always someplace to go.
And the thing with, like you said, I think is well put. If you were looking for a prize every time that was not involving the opinions of other people, you'd be out running marathons. What you're doing, unfortunately, the opinions of others is ever so important, and you're going to win some, and you're not going to win some.
Well, right, you can't expect to win it all, and
Yeah.
and there's what I'm trying to do is educate people to what a traditional or a digital artist is and where this is going. It's just so new that if you're dealing with people in the traditional art community, they don't understand digital art yet. They understand that it's there. They don't know what to do with it yet. And I'm trying to, through these video blogs and what we're doing, share what a digital artist and a traditional artist goes through, and what they have to do to create their art, and it's defining itself as its own medium, similar to photography. Photography, before Ansel Adams, when photography was discovered, it wasn't looked upon as an art form. Painting was an art form, and people were painting, but it started to get into a documentary form, so that let's say you were a king, or you could have a photo taken instead of having to commission an artist to do a painting, although you could do both. But the photography changed the world. But then along comes Ansel Adams, and he then allowed people to see it as the art form that it was. And then throughout the years, as it evolved, you have Man Ray and you have Andy Warhol, people using photography and photographic methods creatively to form its own form of art, and it's totally accepted. It's accepted. But digital art right now is in that first stage where there's so many people doing this art and they're doing some amazing art, but how do you get it accepted? How do you get it finalized is what has to happen, and that's what I'm trying to do. Explain that to people, you know, what it's taking and where it's going, and kind of maybe hopefully if you watch these video blogs you get a little bit more enlightened to what digital art is.
You certainly will. Well, Jeff, any more for this week?
I think that's it.
Well, folks, we'll see you next week. We'll probably be doing a blog sometime over Labor Day weekend. Hope you all have a good holiday, and maybe we'll be talking with you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
See you next time.